Sunday was the day that Japanese officials had to take a hard look at the reality of the numbers of dead in their country. The Prime Minister says at least 10,000 people have died. Think of it this way, that's the population of just one Japanese town. Officials are also reporting a third explosion of the Fukushima nuclear plant, but they are downplaying the risk of an actual meltdown. The stock market is opened in Japan. The stocks, as you might guess, they are falling. The country's central bank has injected $85 billion into the markets. On the line now is Dawn Ransatelli. She's a former News 12 producer who lives in Japan, specifically Tokyo, with her husband and child. And Dawn, when I spoke with you earlier, you were telling us that a lot of Americans who live in Tokyo are starting to leave now that it's Monday morning.
Yes, about 5 families we know. 2 of them are American. The other 3 are British nationals, have begun to leave the Tokyo area. Some people are taking trains to southern Japan, and other people are flying out of the country and going to other Asian cities like Hong Kong and Singapore.
So they're not necessarily leaving the country, but it's a choice that I guess every family is making on a case-by-case basis.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of fears here right now. Blackouts have begun in the area, as well as food shortages they're talking about, and there is the risk still from the nuclear reactors. And there's also fear that we could also be experiencing another earthquake or a strong aftershock still.
Well, we spoke with you earlier, and you were at a grocery store. Are the people worried about the food supply being interrupted?
Yes, I was actually at the food store. It is the morning here. It's about 11 o'clock. Around 9 o'clock, I was at the food store, and milk is basically gone, along with bread and bottled waters. This has been going on all weekend. My husband yesterday went to
We're showing some pictures of it right here that you sent us. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Yeah. We were just talking about the Fukushima nuclear plant. That's less than 200 miles away from where you are. The fear of a meltdown, how are you coping with that, and how are the people you know coping with that?
People are getting very nervous, and I think that's why a lot of people are deciding to leave. The information we're getting from the Japanese government is that these reactors are in containment facilities, so if radiation is leaked, it is contained, and we feel a safe enough distance right now, almost 200 miles, and we've also been keeping a close eye on the weather reports with the winds and everything. The winds right now are blowing away from Tokyo, so if anything was leaked, it hopefully would not reach here.
Well, it's such a big story to get our minds around here in the U.S. Thanks so much for helping us to put that into perspective for us, Dawn. Dawn Ransatelli, former News 12 New Jersey producer. Japanese Americans living in New Jersey are keeping a close eye on the situation overseas and leaning on each other for support. The Japanese American United Church is located in Maywood. The pastor dedicated a big portion of Sunday's service to pray for loved ones in the earthquake and tsunami-struck areas. Many people here have families still living in Japan. We spoke to one woman whose mother lives in hard-hit Sendai but is doing okay.
House is okay, but inside the house is all the mess, But many people, pray for me, and everybody call me and email me, and they've been very helpful, and they've been praying for me and my family.
Ikuyo says some of her friends lost their homes or offices to the tsunami, but they are luckily alive.